Right, so what is going on with the game tonight? That is what everyone wants to know. That's what everyone is trying to find out. You know, obviously, Rangers fans who've got to travel up to Dundee or down to Dundee, depending obviously where they live. Obviously, huge inconvenience if they travel and then the game is postponed. So it's obviously news that needs to be got out there as quick as possible. Now, there was an initial pitch inspection this morning at 11 a.m. Apparently, the Dens Park pitch, although it does not look great, passed that in pitch inspection. Now, this has been complicated, though, that there is now a 90% chance of rain and heavy rain, a yellow weather warning, actually, in fact, by the Met Office for the Dundee area from 3 o'clock onwards today. Apparently, that is what is currently been reported. Now, this means that there will be a further pitch inspection between 3:30 and 3:45 this afternoon. So, referee Don Robertson, who was happy that the pitch is a playable state this morning when he looked at it, wants to have another look this afternoon. Obviously, once that rain starts to fall. Now, there are three main areas of concern at the stadium. One is an area just over halfway. The other are the two goal mouths. Now, both of those areas have been covered, apparently, in an effort to ensure the pitch is protected. But the game still remains as a doubt. That is what is being reported. It still is a doubt. Dundee chairman John Nelms, though, apparently is confident the fixture will go ahead as planned. So this is what we'll do is we'll talk about what the current situation is, how they're reporting this, what people are saying about this, and then we'll talk about possible scenarios for what could happen if the game tonight is in fact called off. So the final decision, like I said, will be made between 3:30 and 3:45 this afternoon. A statement from Dundee this morning read, following this morning's scheduled pitch inspection, the match referee has decided the pitch is currently playable. However, with the rain forecast for later today, both clubs and league have agreed for further pitch inspection to take place at 3:30 p.m. today. Rangers have released a statement of their own, hitting out at the inconvenience and the delay is causing to its travelled supporters. It read, given the forecasted weather conditions in Dundee this afternoon, a further pitch inspection will be held at 3:30. Rangers has continued to insist that a final decision is made as early as possible for our travelling supporters and fully understands the inconvenience this continues to cause. Now, the game on Saturday between Dundee and Motherwell, which took place at Dens Park, was, went right up to the 11th hour as to whether the game would go ahead. It did in the end, and the pitch played okay, even though it didn't look particularly brilliant. Now, John Nelms, who is the chairman of Dundee, said there are no contingency plans in place if the pitch fails its checks. Now, he has insisted that the game could be played and moved to either Tuesday the 16th or Wednesday the 17th, which is next week before the Scottish Cup semi-finals, which take place on the Saturday and Sunday. Of course, the issue around this is that the all first half of the season league fixtures or first pre-split fixtures are supposed to be concluded by this weekend, so that teams are aware going into Saturday that what they are expected to do, what is expected of them if they are Saturday and Sunday, so if they are going to qualify for which part of the split, with the top half or the bottom half. Now, this, of course, would be complicated further for teams planning for ticketing for pro-split fixtures if this game was delayed to the 16th or 17th. There is, again, of course, no guarantee that the weather wouldn't turn again during that period and the game could be called off again next week. So I just think this is an utterly ludicrous suggestion from John Nelms, clearly, obviously, protecting his own club, which you would expect. There was plans proposing that the game could be pushed back till Thursday, the 11th, but again, this would have implications for ticketing and for supporters travelling. Also, rumours around them playing behind closed doors, but again, this is thought to be not what Rangers would want. Obviously, as it would disadvantage our supporters who've already purchased tickets for the game. Guys, it's a completely ridiculous situation that we're facing. That in the 21st century, this game is could be still called off because of rainfall. Dundee have had 4 games called off this season because their pitch is unplayable. you know, look, I know Dundee are moving. I know they don't want to spend any money on their stadium or on their pitch because they are moving. They haven't got the money. So that is the reason why we're in this situation. But it is an utterly ludicrous situation brought about by the amateurish nature of Dundee FC. They are like a local non-league football team south of the border. They are, in fact, less professional than a non-league football team, in my opinion, in terms of ground maintenance and stadium maintenance. They are an absolute joke of a team. Now, John Nelms did say when he was speaking to Sky Sports, he said, we're as confident as we can be. We've done everything we can to do to make the pitch playable. And right now, the areas of concern we've had covered, and we've had covered that since yesterday. But like I said, the timing of the rain is always an issue. We've done everything we can to get the water draining out of the pitch. We did that before Saturday's game. Once again, it was a timing issue. We've got the game on. The pitch didn't look pretty, but it played well. It was safe underfoot, which Stuart Kettlewell, obviously, this is not his words, but what Stuart Kettlewell disagreed with that comment. The ball rolled and bounced the way it was supposed to. That's very much the same as what we're doing today. The covers are on. We have heavier covers over the areas of the pitch that need to be covered more, so to speak. The plan is to keep those covers on and continue with the work that they've been doing, and we'll see what happens in the next 24 hours. So, look, it is a particularly ridiculous joke. You know, Philippe Clement has already branded the situation as crazy. And, you know, he's right. He's spot on. Speaking yesterday, Philippe said, it's a crazy situation that we were going to travel. This was yesterday and stay overnight. We don't know for sure if the game is on. It's a bad situation for the league. We've had to find a good solution to get the game played. If it was moved to next week, we could find ourselves in the same situation once again if it rains. The club has been in talks with Dundee and the league as we want a good football game to go ahead. They are in the battle for the top six, creating a lot of chances. So it will be a big test against a good team. Mark Benstead, who is the Sky Sports reporter who was at the ground this morning, said it's not looking too bad. There are 3 areas of concern going into tonight's game: the 2 goal mouths and the area behind me. There is slightly more mottled look to it. It had covers on it up until half an hour ago to protect them from the elements. Those covers have now been taken off the pitch. I think that Don Robertson, who will do a further pitch inspection. The issue is potentially, obviously, with the rain that is forecast later today. So it all very much depends what the weather in Dundee will do this afternoon, how it's going to look this afternoon, whether it torrentially rains, and the results of that pitch inspection at 3:30. Obviously, we'll keep all over that and look for any news that comes out of that game and let you know as soon as we know, guys. But, you know, personally speaking, this is an absolute joke. It is an absolute farce that we are in this situation now where we are looking at a game possibly being postponed because it is raining. I mean, it really is amateurish and utterly pathetic of Dundee. You know, especially if you consider that just down the road at Tannadice, the pitch is playable. I just find it ludicrous, utterly ludicrous. And I think, you know, if the game is postponed tonight, it should not be pushed back. It should not be moved to next week. I think that Rangers should be awarded the win by walkover, 3-0, 3 points, and Dundee should also be fined 3 points as well for failing to have its pitch in accordance with Scottish FA rules. Because the rules clearly state, if you look at the rule book, that the pitch needs to be in a playable state. Okay, and like I said, yes, I know it rains in Scotland, but if every other team in Scotland can get its games to go ahead, why can't Dundee? It's a joke, utter joke. Thank you for watching Glasgow Rangers Nation, guys. Please hit that sub and ring that notification bell. Thanks for watching. We'll be back to speak to you again later today. Thanks for watching, guys. And on the way out, 2 things I always ask of you. Number 1, smash the like. And number 2, as always, remember, we are the people.